What's up, everybody? Welcome to Stream on Streaming On. I don't know what episode are we on? Do we know?
Oh,
Do you remember?
I
20 something?
don't. 24?
300? Welcome to
I
the
don't know.
100th episode of Stream on Streaming On, everybody. We're Blluist. My name is Gray.
I'm Blue.
What's up,
What's up, guys?
everybody? How's everybody doing? So from last month, we're kind of like bringing back or kind of getting on track. It's a good way for us to kind of talk about things that happened this month, maybe 2 months, whatever. Like, a lot of stuff happened. I would have to say, like, it's like not many things in a row, but just each thing is just a lot we can talk about. Things that we really, we
had like some big events this month.
We took some time off actually from we had a normal schedule, but we had to cancel more than we usually have to. I think for this month. So we'll be talking about that, how we felt about it, and just kind of going over what the October, November, I guess, was really like. So everybody, and then we'll take questions. We have a couple questions from people from Discord, from the subs. So we'll also do that. Yeah. All right, Blue. What for you? What was like? Is there something that kind of like pops to your mind as the first thing you want to talk about?
Oh man, where should we start?
I know, right? We did so much.
I think the biggest thing is like we did Squid Game with
Yeah.
Aki Dearest and our friends.
How was that?
It was a lot of fun. It felt like summer camp,
Mm-hmm.
especially like that second day since we like went to like a warehouse. So we were all on this bus. We were the only ones on that bus, where we have no idea where we're going. It's like middle of nowhere.
I felt like with this, so it was
So-
like, this is the most battle royale moment. Like, I'm
Yeah.
just ready for just gas to come out, and then we just like fall asleep, and then we
And
wake
they
up
gave us
somewhere.
weapons, and then
Yeah. It's like, I thought we were friends, but I don't know where we are. I was saying that because I was telling that to people on the bus, and I was just like, I was like, do you know where we're going? Like, no.
Nope, no one knows.
Like on the sheet or like on the kind of itinerary, it just said warehouse.
Just said warehouse. So ominous warehouse.
Yeah, it was really fun though. Like it was probably our first time being on a shoot.
Yeah.
Like that.
Like an actual set.
Yeah, and just having people for the first day, it was like the first time. Were you nervous at all?
No, not at all.
What was it like? It was like, did you do anything different? Did you feel
Not really.
really?
Because it's not my first time on camera. So
I mean, you've been on camera for like 3 years. But
yeah, no, I meant like I've been on like photo shoots and stuff. So it just felt like that. Like I was going to a set to take photos kind of thing.
Really? That's
And I've been in
look at you.
I've been in music videos too, so it wasn't like my first video. I don't know, yeah.
You were just normal.
Yeah.
Damn. I was pretty nervous. Like I was.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's a big project.
I was nervous about
and I
the
didn't want to
games.
like. The one thing that I was scared of the most was I didn't want to. Of all the people there, I think we're the least experienced when it comes to stuff like this, and at least in this collective. So I thought I didn't want to do anything that made the end. I was sure that there was going to be a ton of cuts, but I didn't want to, push or like pull the production back in any way. I know there are friends and we're just having fun, and it was definitely like super fun, just to, like hang out and stuff like that. But there was a part of me is like, can Blluist pull their weight on this shoot? Is something that I definitely had at the back of my mind. It wasn't there the whole time, but it definitely was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think as soon as the shoot started, I was like,
Yeah, we're just nah.
How
do we win
let's just
this?
go. Like let's just have fun.
Yeah.
Like it was to me it was like, yeah, like let's just have fun. Like everyone made it really obvious that we were just there to have fun, and it's always like the way there, it's like heading towards the shoot is always more nerve-wracking. For anything, not just like for shoots, but just like when there's like a big event, even like when I do like the lockdown and stuff like that, heading there is nerve-wracking, or the night before is nerve-wracking. But once you get there and once everything starts, then it's just kind of Like everything is like okay,
Yeah.
kind of thing. So you weren't nervous for it, I guess.
I was
like,
more nervous about like the games.
what do you mean?
Oh, cause like I wanted to win some. Yeah. So. Because I knew I was already like
over here.
no, because I knew I was gonna have fun. So I just thought like it'd be cool if Blluist can win at least like one game, and we had like by the time we were at that warehouse, we hadn't won like one of them yet.
You were like talking about it,
and
like,
I was like, I had all my. I was like totally convinced that if I could win one of them, it was the honeycomb, and that didn't work. So I was like panicking.
the honeycomb one was impossible. Like I still, if I had 5 more tries to do that, I still probably wouldn't be able to do it. Like it's so hard.
If the honeycomb I got was like flat, I think I'd be able to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But what I should have done is taken off my jacket, put the honeycomb on top of my jacket, so it balanced. Because of course, like the honeycomb is like it's really hard to make, and the fact that Aki made so many for us was like how like.
Yuzaki and
Yeah,
Joey, right? Cause
they both made it, and I was like,
post
how
on
did you make
Blluist.
so many? But like that honeycomb's really hard to make, and so I think
It's delicious.
yeah, and it depends on like I think it depends on like the heat and everything, and unfortunately if you don't have like the actual like thing that they make it in to make it super flat, it does become a little bit like uneven, and so if you press on certain parts of it, like even with a little bit of pressure, it'll just snap.
Right.
Because it's uneven on the bottom kind of thing. So I think it would have probably been easier if it was even, so then you could actually put pressure on it. But a lot of times, like because of just because of just how like the bottom was, I guess I should have put my jacket and then put the honeycomb on top of it, so then there wasn't any like pressure on the bottom of the can kind of thing, pressing up against it.
I would not even.
I should have done that, and because I got pretty far. Like I got the whole body of the bird cut out, and then I was really worried about the head part because that's where it was like kind of like as soon as I put my finger on it, it would like tilt like like an uneven chair. So
you
I was
were on
like,
the bench, right? You were at the bench.
Yeah. So I was like, how am I gonna do this? And so I started just scraping it little by little, like super gently, and I was going pretty far, and then until I put a little too much pressure, and then the whole thing cracked in half, and I was like,
That's how those things
there
are,
goes
like,
my life, my life work
I was in the
of my bird.
See, you were like in the shade going all like strategizing how to do it, what the best angle is. I was just out in the sun licking the crap out of that thing.
Yeah.
Like I was just like lick, and I was just like, for some reason, there was a moment where I brought the honeycomb up and I just put it up to the sun, and as if like it was like those like anime rays of like the sun rays, and I was like, maybe this will melt faster, and I'm just licking, and then there was a split moment. I still remember I was licking it, and there was a moment where like time stopped, and I realized this is a public park, and I'm just like this crazy Asian guy, this Japanese guy that just has a cookie to the sun and just licking the crap out. No smile. I'm not smiling.
No.
I don't look like I'm having fun. Like it's like life or death out there. And I'm like, if I walked by this right now, I would be terrified. And of course, like if you didn't know Squid Game, there's people in pink jumpsuits with like scary like 20th century boy like masks just hovering around us while I'm just like licking this thing when we're all just kind of there. I was just like, this must be a really weird thing if you don't get the context.
Yeah.
And just walk around maybe like a Sunday stroll and you see this like cultist group.
But did you know that the honeycomb is actually so hard that they had to make multiple for the show because all the actors kept like snapping it, like they couldn't do it.
Really?
And so they had to get all the shots. They had to do multiple candies because they kept breaking them. Like it's actually like legit hard.
I thought they just had a cut out one. Like they made one that was a cut out and one was that one.
Yeah, but they need a little bit of like footage where they're like scraping it, right?
Yeah.
And if it breaks while they're filming that part, then they got to redo it. So
I see.
Yeah.
AJ was talking about how his strat was actually working, like because he had
the water.
And I know like in the show they use a lighter, right? And they use they just lick, but I mean the other people were using like lighters and stuff like that. And then Audrey, got the slip in right there. But actually licking it, and like you lick it, right? And it's like movie magic a little bit. Like, of course they're gonna exaggerate that.
Yeah, because it doesn't melt that fast.
I licked it and I touched it and I went, oh God, this is not gonna work. Like this is a long ways to go.
Yeah.
Like, and then I saw AJ's one, and it was actually pretty good. And I was like, oh man, I should do that. And did you know, like, I don't know if it's in the thing, but he actually put when he was like, oh man, I got eliminated, he walked up and put the cup next to me.
Yeah, I saw that.
And he was trying to like give me like, go for it, use it. But I was so just dead set, like just licking the crap out of this thing that I didn't even realize. And AJ was like, why didn't you use that? And I was like, dude, I was in the middle of something. Okay, I was in the middle of something.
He was in the middle of a love story with a cookie.
Yeah, he was trying to help me out, but he was trying to be a good bro. But I was like, yeah. And then we did, wait, what the hell happened to you in the red light, green light one?
I don't know.
I just saw you just like, oh.
Because I didn't move.
You didn't
but
move?
I got shot.
Oh, this is. Are you saying that the judges were unfair? Is this?
Yeah. Actually, yes.
So you want to make a formal statement?
Yes, I'm making a formal statement. I got outed when I shouldn't have because I didn't move.
All right, can we get a retry just for Blue, just for that one? Just get everybody there.
Honestly, I probably didn't stop in time or something. I don't remember, but yeah.
Because you were like up ahead.
Yeah.
You were zooming to that end, and then
I got shot. So
wasn't that gun like scary? When you get
it is actually terrifying.
Yeah, like
when that person comes up to you with a what was it, a spit wad gun?
Oh yeah, the spitball one. Yeah. So you didn't experience the guards coming up to you, did you? Was that?
Yeah, I did.
Like really up to you?
Yeah, because I mean, and then the gun failed.
Oh right.
And then they had to drag me away.
They had to drag you.
Then Peach cried.
Wait, are you talking? That's Honeycomb, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. In there was one part in the red light green light one where I stopped and the guards, we were warned that the guards were gonna like bother us, right?
Yeah.
So I stood there and I just stopped. Everything just stopped, like time stopped, and the guard came up to me and just stayed there. And I was like, I don't know if you're making funny faces or something, but I can't see because of the mask. And I just stood there and I was like, oh, this is easy. I can't see their face, so nothing is gonna bother me. And then this is the most horrible thing they could have done. They just started laughing, and you can hear like this faint like through their mask. And I was like, okay, that was not expected. I'm gonna lose it right now, but I couldn't, right? So I just stood there. But you can just, from the little holes in their mask, you can just
hear them laughing. That's funny.
They're holding it in too, and they're just laughing at me.
Yep.
It's so embarrassing. Like they're laughing at me, and you can just hear this little, and I'm just like, oh my god, this is so bad. And I told them about that because I didn't know who it was.
Yeah.
Right, because they have the masks on, and at the guards was like, oh yeah, that was me. And I was like, I can't believe you did that. And it's like, you just look so funny. And I was like, that's not making it better. That's not making it better. But yeah, that was really smooth. It was like really fun. And then the next day, right, that's when like the shit happened. Like I feel like we were put into this like warehouse, and it was just like, I was really nervous that day because we were like, we don't have anything.
Yeah.
And there's two of us, right? There's two of us. Oh no, before that we did the marbles. And then
so marbles, so for marbles, I told Stream about this a little bit, but I was sitting next to, I'm going to call them out right now. But I was sitting next to Joey and Peach. And I heard them whispering. Okay. Right? They're like, "Hey, you want to help me out?" kind of thing. I couldn't catch too much because they were like
Joey
super like
already won.
Yeah. Because he already won red light, green light, and so they were like whispering. I couldn't hear too much of it, but I was like, wait, I should do that too.
What were they whispering? Did you hear?
No, they were just saying like, "Hey, you want to help me out?"
Okay,
but
okay, so they were
for a
like-
while,
they were
Joe
teaming
was
up.
like, "No, I'm not gonna help you out." But like, so I didn't know if they were actually going to or not.
Okay, so they
I
were-
just heard them saying like, "Oh, no, I'm not gonna help you," but it's like, "Please, can you please help me?" kind of thing. But that's all I heard, so I didn't because, like the second round or whatever, I got switched with Aki. If you remember,
did,
she
you did.
pulled the card where it's like switch with the person across from you, so I switched her.
Oh, that's right. That's why you were next up.
Yeah, so that's why I was next to Hi Guy all of a sudden.
Oh.
But then for the first part, I didn't know if they were actually doing anything. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna try and get Hi Guy on my side anyway. So I talked to Hi Guy. It's like, hey, you've won already. Can I have your marbles? Like if you get any.
That's so spicy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and he's like, you know what? Yeah, sure. I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
So yeah, every time he would get marbles, he would just give it to me.
Damn.
And that kept going on for the whole time. And that's why it was like switch marbles with someone. He's like, I don't have any. I don't know where I put it. Because it was in my pocket.
Right.
Yeah. And then I saw Joey give his marbles to Pete. So I was like, shit, they're doing it too.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
I was a little worried because like I need to grab some because if they
Yeah.
get more than me, then that's not good kind of thing. So, but I mean, and it ended up not really working out. But yeah, for the whole time, like we're just switching marbles, or he's just giving me his marbles, and then we got to the end where you started giving me marbles because you saw Hi Guy give it to me, right?
Yeah, I caught on super late, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, and
Yeah.
then I was like, oh, it's like that.
Yeah, and
All
then
right.
Audrey, who was next to me on the other side, she saw
Yeah.
people giving it to Luke, so she's like, "Here, I'm gonna give you mine." So she gave me hers, and then, yeah. So
That was really
that's
spicy,
why
yeah.
I only like realistically, I think I only got like 3 marbles,
It was hard.
but I had like
the marble game was-
27 at the end. So-
Yeah, the marble game was actually like hard. So I was like,
But apparently so people in chat actually taught me how to do marbles. You're supposed to use a smaller circle, of course. Like we should have started with smaller circle, and you're not supposed to throw it. You're not allowed to throw it. You have to flick it with your thumb.
oh, okay.
You have to
okay.
like balance it here and then flick it. And that's
Alright.
how you get it out.
Okay. Then
Or else you don't get like you can like I guess actually aim and you have a little bit more oomph that way than throwing it.
so
Yeah.
round two. When round 2 happens, we can
But- yeah.
all flick the marbles. Because I think there were some like really fun things that happened, like with the way that you can like how the guard tells you to throw it from like a different like a distance.
Yeah, I think that was
Yeah.
really fun, yeah.
That was really cool. So and then we got to the warehouse and it was like just mayhem. Like
And then the tug of war thing.
yeah, I was just scared
Yeah.
of like being in that area. Like I thought I could never leave. Like we were just trapped in there. It was kind of like
Yeah.
the tug of war was.
Is that I really wanted my team
Definitely.
to win.
I thought you guys were going to win with the way that
No.
you guys were scheming because we didn't have a plan. Like our team didn't have like. You guys were all like.
Yeah, we
huddled up,
did have a
talking.
plan because we were gonna do what the show did was lean back.
Yeah.
But as soon as they said go, you guys pulled so hard that first moment that we all slid and lost our footing, and that was it.
Power.
So like that
The
first like
power.
tug that you guys did, just everything. Yeah,
It was,
everything got lost on our side.
I was really lucky
So.
because I was like, I'm obviously not the biggest guy, and then I just have Hi Guy in front of me, right? And I got like actually everybody.
I
on
mean,
my
you
team-
had like 3 powerhouses on your
for
side.
sure.
You had Hi Guy, Aki,
yeah,
and
strong
Luke.
too. Yeah. And
So
and then me and Peach are just like. like,
I mean, you're even stronger than me. So
yeah, I mean, but,
like you're stronger than me too.
It's
Is
hard.
what I'm saying.
yeah,
So
I'm just was it? I forgot if it was in like Luke's like hand was like decimated.
oh yeah, no, like you
Ken's
should have seen
hands, like-
Ken's hands because he actually wrapped the rope around his body, tied it, and then wrapped it around his arm, and then he was holding it. So he had like rope marks like all around his arm, and his hand was like red, a little bit like skin peeling off a little bit. I was like, damn. He's like,
We're
yeah, I really wanted
serious.
to win, yeah.
We're serious, like
Because I had like rope burns too. Because that rope was like pretty like, skinny. It was already hard to hold with, right? So it was like perfect. I was already kind of like uncomfortable to hold it.
Were you
and then, of
holding
course,
it? Just
I had it
holding
wrapped on both arms.
Okay,
and then
so we were all like this, and then they're pulling like this.
No, we wrapped it like twice and held it.
How do you wrap it? There's not enough rope, right?
No, there was.
Because we wrapped it, and then we all like. That's why in the video I look like this because the rope is so small. The rope is tiny, and it's just under, and I'm like going.
Yeah, no, we actually like, because we had a lot of slack on our side, so Ken was like, okay, so if you just hold it with your hands, you're not gonna get good leverage. So you want to at least wrap it once or twice around your arm, so then you can pull with your whole body. But then we were like, okay, but we can't do it until the last moment, or else they'll catch on.
Yeah.
So, and I think, and then when they said go, no, like people didn't have enough time to wrap it because it was already like so like tight that I think only a few of us could do that.
I see.
Because Ken and I could do it because we were at the very back and you guys couldn't see.
Yeah.
But like Joey couldn't wrap it, I think, because it was just so
I think it was just I think he was just.
It was just already so like tightly held on by everyone.
Yep.
So
you know what it felt like on my end, because I got High Guy in front of me and I look back like everyone's just like going at it. I've never been in this situation before, but I felt like I was at like a matsuri.
Oh yeah.
And I was like mikoshi, and I was just like, this is like crazy. Like I felt so comfortable.
Yeah.
Like it was. I felt.
Oh, and then another thing that was bad is I forgot to cut my nails before that.
Okay.
So I was like, I had.
Did your nails rip?
No, I just had claw marks on my hands because my hand, like when you like hold your hands like this, right? Your nails are digging into your palm.
Yeah.
So I have these things digging into my palm.
So
I had like
nails, Blue.
Yeah, so I had like crescent marks on my hands too. So I couldn't really grip it well either.
See now,
I was like, fuck, I should have cut it.
See now who's laughing? I bite my nails all the time. It's disgusting, but in that.
Yes, that's the person who likes my nails. You told me never to cut them. Do you want me to go cut them right now? I can.
No.
See? So hush.
And then we did so we won the tug of war, and it became thumb wars.
That was the most intense thumb war.
So I was like, with the thumb wars, because already Luke and High Guy already won. It was just, it was me and the girls, right? And then
Audrey got won the whole like number guessing thing, so she joined that. Yeah,
so
yeah.
It was me, and then we did thumb wars, and my first thumb warian was
Peach.
And I was like, I don't know. I was terrified when that began, because like I think like when it going against them, I was scared of the nails, but I didn't want to say it.
Yeah.
Because if I said it, it would give them that idea.
Yeah.
That they could just dig.
I would have definitely dug into your hand.
And then just like ripped me apart. And then I was like, oh God, don't mention it. And then right before we went in, Aki was like, haha, Sophie's got those nails. And I was like, oh God, like don't give her the idea. But she was just too nice. She was like really nice about it. And so she was like, we were just like, we just did the wars, and I was like, okay, I can do this. And then it was me versus Aki, and I don't think I've played. That was a sport.
No, I didn't. She was so violent. Holy shit, that mount. She was like tugging and moving. It was like, and you're like, stop.
I want to formally try and get thumb wars as an Olympic sport, because it's so intense.
And I would like to not promote, what was it?
Get that name out there.
Sponsor Aki, Dearest, as a contestant.
The Thumbwarian.
Yeah.
And it was crazy because like as soon as we started, I felt like she came. It wasn't her thumb. It was like full.
Her whole body. Yeah. She was going in to like.
So then I had to hold back, and then everybody around, and it helped. The aesthetic that we were in a warehouse, it just seemed like the sketchiest like fight club situation where everyone's like hurled up and everyone's like go, and I was just like, that moment was a blur. And that's why, because you remember how like it's in the video too, but when I won, Aki was like, oh, look at my hands, I don't have nails. That's how intense it was.
Yeah,
like we were going like hard, like that's, and I was just like just making sure. And then I think our like hands came, like our hands were
apart
like
for a while,
for a second and got back in and stuff like that. But oh my God, that was really, really intense.
It was fun to watch though.
Yeah,
I'm glad I wasn't there.
And then we get to play, and then you guys got to play like the super fun one.
The box one was the best. Yeah,
That one was super fun. It must be so scary.
It was very scary.
Because you don't know what.
Because you don't. Yeah, first off, you don't know what's supporting you, so you don't know if like. Because I wasn't sure like, oh, if I don't jump right in the middle, it might tip over. Is what I was scared of.
Right.
Yeah, or like maybe the inside isn't that. Or I thought like maybe the inside is a little soft. So maybe I'll need to kind of brace myself for the fact that it's kind of a soft impact.
Yeah.
Or I wasn't sure if it's going to be like bricks or it's going to be like just really, really rock hard kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I also wasn't sure if like the cardboard will dip in a little bit or not either. So yeah, I didn't know what it was jumping on. And so that was really scary. And also like the empty one, I wasn't sure if it was going to be completely empty where we're actually going to fall through. Or the cardboard is just gonna tip over, kind of thing.
They told us.
Or if there's like,
yeah,
some or like peanuts or something in it. I wasn't too sure. So
they told us to make sure you jump in the middle.
Yeah, so that's what freaked me out. And it's like, wait, am I gonna tip over? Yeah, and then I had a plan for that. I was gonna use my shoes to test out stuff.
And they said you can't.
But Aki specified like no testing of boxes whatsoever, like with shoes or anything. So it's like. Why'd you say that? Now I can't break the rules. I can't cheat.
I can't cheat.
How am I gonna win this? I can't win without cheating.
When Sophie went on her first jump, and then
she tripped, right?
She got if she was safe, but then she couldn't stop herself, and then she fell. And that's when I realized, like, oh, that's scary because you don't know. If you know what you're jumping on in your brain knows like, oh, because it's like. Let's say it's a table, then you know like you have experiences with tables and how sturdy they generally are. So you know your body knows where
where to balance
like where's the best place. But when it's just a box and you don't know what's inside of it, you're just told it keeps you up.
Yeah,
it could be a cushion. So like if you go with the force of table on cushion, then you're probably gonna trip over.
Yeah,
and I was like, that's really scary that you don't even know the safe spots aren't really safe either.
Yeah.
Right? So I thought, which is more fun if you don't know that. So I was like.
Because then they also said, like, please jump with both feet.
Yeah.
So you couldn't do, like, the jump with, like, one foot and then the other, which I ended up doing because I was too scared to jump at the same time. So, sorry, I broke the rules there. But, they're like, you have to jump with both feet or else you'll lose balance. So it's like, what's in these boxes?
Yeah.
Like, what's in it that's going to make me tip over? So.
I was scared that, like, depending on who jumped, like, it would tip over.
Yeah.
Or, like, balance-wise. But none of that didn't happen. So that was good. But.
Yeah.
And then, like, Ken getting to the very end and just, like.
I know he was one box away. I really wanted him to complete that one. That would have been so cool.
That would have been really funny.
Yeah.
And then Audrey just coming in like, hey, I already knew.
Yeah, I already knew the answer. It's like, what?
It's like, it was just like, I kind of like that, like where it's just like these little like twists and turns and everyone kind of, it was very kaiji where we were all just like, even if some people knew the answers or some people, and whatnot. And the thing is, I thought because she knew where it was, I thought she also went last on purpose.
No, but that was, she, luckily, it was a drawing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We even tested that in the drawings. Like when we were drawing, like, let's just make
sure. If I had known, I should have like bribed her to tell me.
But the thing is if she went first, she would have won.
Yeah. You guys and everyone would have won.
Would have won?
Yeah. If we make it in the time limit, we would have all won and we would have had a different game. Aki had that planned.
Oh, really?
If more than one person crossed the line before that 10 minutes was up, then yeah.
There was a chance that we got to see Thumb Wars Part 2.
I don't know if it was Thumb Wars, but she had something else planned for if multiple people won the Hopscotch one. So.
And then we did the final one was like.
What are you doing on
We didn't know what it was. When did you find out what the last game was? Because I asked you because we went for a smoke break and then I was outside and I was like, oh man, last game. And I was like, do you know? And I think you said you don't know, but you had the face that you did know. And I was just like, I'm not going to ask further. But
it was because I was helping out. I was helping them set up the last one. That's why.
Okay.
Yeah, because I already lost. so I wasn't gonna compete in that one. So they were trying to do the taping for the Squid Game thing, and so I was helping them tape that, and then put away the boxes.
Okay. Because I was like,
yeah, and Aki basically told me like, we're not doing the Squid Game, but so it doesn't have to be perfect. Just put it there so we can have it for like,
like the thumb.
Yeah, kind of thing.
It looked really cool, and I was like, I didn't want to like, I wanted to keep it a surprise.
Yeah, because I also wouldn't have told you.
Exactly.
I can't.
Yeah,
so
and so
I would ruin the surprise.
And I was like, do you think we're gonna need like an item or something? You're like, I don't know, maybe.
I don't know. Do you have a pen?
Yeah.
A knife?
And then it was like, it was rock, paper, scissors, and oh man, I blacked out when I won that. I blacked out.
I can't believe you beat all of them.
And like
once.
My brain just wiped out. Like it was like, I don't remember that. I watched the video and I was like, oh, that's how I reacted. What people see in that, what you saw in that video is a 30-year-old Japanese guy passing out. Like that's what my mind was doing. That my brain was just like, I just like blacked out because I was like, I haven't had that much like adrenaline in so long. It was like so crazy, and I pretty much don't remember filming anything after that. Like the interview that Aki.
But you don't remember smashing the pig?
I do. I don't.
Kind of.
I remember like throwing it down, but like I don't remember what I said. I don't remember
really?
All of that just gone. Like it was just gone. And then I remember when we were changing and we were like leaving the place, I just felt like I've experienced like 3 years of excitement in like the last 2 days. Like I look like Niddle during like the during his Midrim fight. Like I just look like I just look like everything is over, and I'm like, oh my god, can't believe I'm making it out of here. Because we were kind of like on like a time crunch too.
Yeah.
There was somebody else shooting afterwards in the same area, so we had to go. But yeah, I'm surprised I didn't forget something there. Like it was like a complete blur. But it was so fun, man. Like it was, if there's any opportunity to do anything even remotely cool as that, like
I would love to do it again. It was a lot of fun.
Oh my god. Like just shouts out to, of course Aki, but also like Aitaikuji for just everything, like in their
for
staff.
For sponsoring it, yeah.
And their staff, like
yeah.
Oh my god, like we just showed up and just had the time of our lives, and I hope they did too, but like it was there was many moments where I was like, holy crap, I can't believe like we just get to show up. Like we're like drinking the night before, and then we just like come here and
we didn't do anything for setup.
We seriously just hung out. Like it was just super fun. Definitely the biggest thing that probably event wise that we did in like the last 2 months. And then we did Halloween. We did like the cursed stream.
We did.
Very cursed. Fun. I love doing the viewer send-ins. It was part 3. Gotta do one again. I think it's time that we do a setup one again where people send in setups.
Yeah.
That was always fun. And it always just lasts for a really long time, because once people start watching, people that didn't know about it are like, oh yeah, let me go take a picture. And then
it's like, can I send mine kind of thing, yeah.
And like there's people that have ridiculous setups. Like you have like a studio in your house, and then there's the people that have their laptops with like Apex Legends on like a cardboard box, and it's just like, those are so funny. Like I don't even know if it's actually them. But
I mean, I bet it is.
Yeah, at this point I don't know, but like sometimes they'll like throw in like maybe Blluist merch in there or something to like prove it that it's them. So and it's like this really impressive like DIY desk setup with like all this shit, and then it's like next page is like they found a log, and then it's like their desk is like a log, and their mouse has like as much space as like a cup. Like it's just like, and they're like playing MMOs on there, and we just have such a, I kind of praise both of those, like anything, but it's always fun seeing how people I
love seeing how the funny setups are the best.
Yeah, they're funny as fuck. And then there's people that are like artists, so that this really expensive like drawing setup, and then it's like we're just up on the second monitor or whatever. It's so nice. Like people just watch us or spend time in our channel in like their own ways.
Yeah.
So, because I remember at one time, like, they had one of our viewers had they were at like a sports bar that they frequent, and we were on the monitor sports bar, and there was and they're like, Blue and Gray, check it out, you're on the thing, and then we're like, that's so cool, and then we were playing marbles.
Yeah, it's like not the most exciting.
I guess it's kind of like sports. It's kind of got that like gambling energy. We're all just like cheering for our horse, but it's like a marble. Like it's like Kiba a little bit, but like we were all just like, let's go. So I guess it was hype, but I was like, that's really funny that it was marbles on stream. Like it was, of all games that was on the it would have been better if it was Fall Guys.
Oh God. I don't know about that.
So definitely we're going to be doing another one of those. Hopefully shortly. Again, I'm very, very excited for that.
I mean, we have the Christmas stream coming up where we get KFC and stuff. So we do have that. But
the Christmas feast stream. First Christmas feast stream in this...
the new house, yeah.
In the new place. We'll see how it goes. We'll definitely get the KFC, the most traditional Japanese Christmas food ever.
Yeah, we'll talk about the Christmas stuff on the next podcast.
Yeah, mostly because we have no idea yet.
Yeah, we haven't planned anything.
Yeah,
so we have no idea what we're gonna do.
But we'll do something fun. It's always a fun, cozy time. Are you gonna make the wine this year?
I probably will. Yeah.
Let's go. What is it? Molten wine.
It's mulled wine.
Mulled wine. Mulled wine.
Yeah, it's basically like you basically soak red wine with some spices. I usually put what was it?
Don't you
put like star of
cinnamon?
anise, whatever it's called, and then you put
one?
That's the star one. And then you put the little, what was it? Cloves and
It smells so nice in the house.
Cinnamon sticks and what else?
It smells like Christmas. Whatever.
Oh, I want to put raisins in it this time because usually I don't, but
all right.
I do want to add raisins, and then you just put like whole slices of orange in it. That's what I do. And that's really good.
So
and then you soak it there for like 24 hours, and then in the morning you basically heat it up, put some rum in there, and then you're good.
Look at that. So if anybody wants to come hang out on that, get cozy with us, we might be drunk in the midday, but it's gonna be a good time. So come hang out. We have no idea when it is. We haven't planned the date or anything like that, but we'll do it. It's a Christmas tradition over here. It's the Christmas special. I kind of want to like upgrade it. My dream of dreams is to get like, once we actually can do like big production stuff, to do like those Christmas specials. Like, you know how like recently like
what?
Like artists would do like Halloween specials where it would be an artist and they collab with they like play music with all these other artists, but in between there's like this really Halloween-y set, and then there's people there, like people watching, couple of interviews, and then talking like, so what's the next collab? And then it's like Travis Barker did it for Halloween, and it was just really cool. It was like a Christmas special with all their friends, and it's like, that's my like dream thing to do, like a Blluist thing where we just bring all of our friends, and then
that would be fun, yeah.
But like do like little segments with everybody kind of thing, like that would be rad. But that's like.
Yeah.
That's
we would need like a huge
dream.
production thing.
Yeah. The best thing we can do is just like cosplay as the Squid Game guys. And then just do it on our own. Good eye. But that would be really cool. Like I want to keep the tradition of the feast stream. Slowly, like, you know, just start doing something on Christmas is just something we do, and then something always good happens on there too. Best tier lists happen during Christmas. A lot of people disagree with. Yeah. Like
I think you scarred Yoshi with that one.
I did. So I last year we had a Christmas stream, the feast stream, and we did our first ever tier list on stream, and it was a tier list of the gifts in the 12 Days of Christmas song.
Which we found out is just mostly birds anyway, but yeah.
Which present is the best present to get and which one's the worst one to get, and that was probably the most heated debates on that. So
I still disagree with it, but we're not going to talk about it.
Maybe we can figure that out this year. Maybe we can bring
we'll do a different one this year.
Part 2 this year.
We'll do a different one.
So another thing that we did, that we started when we did the podcast last time, and we mentioned before, is we started a Patreon, and that's another huge thing for us, huge new stage for us to kind of explore. And it's kind of become this place where before we started, it was a place where we thought, maybe we might have to do a lot of content. There's a lot of physical stuff, like we write postcards and like letters every month. It's our second month. It's still like the second month. We haven't been doing it for like long or anything. But besides that, we've had 3 videos up for an exclusive series for now on Patreon, where Blue is reviewing porn. I played like a really scammy mobile game and also read a picture book drunk. It's called Blluist First Stuff.
Yeah.
Things that we don't probably, because when you stream, you have to think of it as like 6-hour segments or maybe 3 and 3. But these are like 30 minutes tops. So they're perfect for videos, and we can't edit videos. So our boy Roy was like, you know what, that sounds interesting, and then he kills them. So they're they're like really funnily edited. I think they're really fun.
Funnily edited.
Funnily edited. That is a word. We're moving on. We also do. I've been filming a lot of just like
you have been, yeah,
random moments. I think I have like a total of like 6 vlogs on there. I just call them B-sides. Like if we do something, there's one for Squid Game too, where it's behind the scenes stuff that I just like film and I just put together. It's not no production value, but it's just blotches of memories during the day. And it's really nice because I forget things all the time. And if I'm going to get my camera out, it's probably like a meaningful moment for me. So when I'm like 90, I can just look back at these these vlogs and be like, back in my day.
We used to do this.
It's like home video.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
It's low. It was like really old school type, and it's not like, hey, what's up guys, like I'm barely in them. I'm just like filming scenes of like my friends, just like it's kind of creepy, and or they'll be like, what are we doing? Okay, and it's just like all like shaky and shit, or like, but it's just, I don't know, I'm really enjoying them. So I have a lot of those, and we might put that up on YouTube at one point, but
I think we should. Yeah,
it's so just like, it's stuff that we put stuff on Patreon that would be something that we would put on a second channel if that existed,
Yeah.
Not that it really matters, because at our YouTube size, we can really just put anything we want. But we just wanted to, even if we do that, Patreon has kind of let us do that without really thinking about it. So it's really nice. Like it's just a place where we can just post anything. The Q&A podcasts over there are it's cool because the questions are very different. I think a lot of the people that listen to or checked out the Q&A podcast or are on Patreon are relatively newer. There's people that have been here for a while too on the Patreon, but they're relatively newer, so we get to like kind of answer some questions that we haven't in a while, that I think a lot of people that have been here for a while already know the answer to, but because they're new. And we have no problem. Like, we love answering those questions. So it's really nice. It's a really nice place. We're definitely going to be growing it a lot more. And that's kind of where I am at month 2 of Patreon. How about you?
I mean, it's similar.
Yeah. You haven't
There's
really.
not really. Yeah.
It's usually just like me posting like random vlogs and stuff like that.
I mean, the only time I posted like onion pictures, and also. Yeah. I also posted a picture of you pass out on the floor.
Yeah, I didn't even know about that. That has like the most amount of like comments and like views of all the things that we posted.
Yeah, I mean,
ass picture of me.
well, yeah, because you're not even on the couch; you're on the floor.
Yeah.
Like right, and the fact that like you're on the floor right next to the bed, a few little like centimeters more, you would have been right on the bed, but you were just on the floor.
It's because we cleaned the floor. And I was like, oh, that's really clean.
Yeah, so I vacuumed because like we clean, like he came home drunk and he's like, our house is messy. So it's like, okay, do you want to clean? So it's like, okay. So we cleaned the house, for some reason, and then I vacuumed the floor, and then you laid on the floor, nice. And you're like, you can't put stuff here. said, okay,
So
yeah, that's fine.
I put me there.
You put you there. And I'm like, you shouldn't lie down. Like, you'll probably fall asleep. And you're like, I'll be fine. And then, of course, I went to go put the vacuum away. I walk back and look who's snoring.
I'm surprised my butt wasn't showing. Like, it wasn't like my pants was down and my butt was just like completely. Like, I feel like that's the.
It was. I pulled it up.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that's the kind of energy it seems.
No, I pulled it up.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Dude, it happens. It happens.
Yeah, and then of course, like I felt bad, so I gave you a pillow and a blanket.
Yeah, and I was just chilling.
And
there.
you slept for a couple hours.
It was nice, and I realized like, you posted that picture, which I was like, that's like the stuff.
I didn't even ask. I just posted it.
I mean, it's fine, but like everyone was like, "That's my boy."
Yep.
I was like, "This is very great energy." You've encapsulated. Now people know that when you say those stories, it's not a lie.
It's not a lie. Yeah. I'll post more.
So we just have like just random stuff up there on the Patreon. It's kind of like a free space. I mean, everywhere is a free space for us.
It's more like just behind the scenes stuff for us, I think,
and
more than anything.
And it was like one of the things that after starting this Patreon, and there's some kind of, I don't want people to make the like a mistake that you should be subbing to. If you are, you don't have to, of course, but if you do choose to sub to Blluist in any way, we want you to do Patreon more than Twitch or something else. Like that's
we don't have that kind of thing. Yeah. Anywhere helps us out.
Even if you do, so it's just another place. We're just trying out
just
something
another
new.
Option for people.
Yeah. And we'll never take away anything that is already available to a prior platform and take it away and put it on somewhere else. Like we'll just keep adding stuff, or just take it all the way altogether because we physically can't do it or something. But we won't like move it because that would mean like, oh wait, I was paying for this,
and now it's not there anymore,
and I have to pay for something else. Like we don't want to do that because I would feel cheated if that happened. So if there's going to be any change, hopefully it could be something that we add into, or everything just kind of stays the same. If you're comfortable where you're at, we'll keep it comfy. But we're just gonna hopefully just add options. I thought I was gonna have trouble like writing the letters, because we actually write like full on. I think this month the people in Patreon are gonna start to they're either gonna get really angry at me, or very they're gonna be
concerned.
They're gonna be concerned. I was gonna say confused, but you said concerned.
Concerned, because you ramble about some random shit. So
it's like the top part, it's split in two places, right? Like, and you get a personal like letter from Blue and
each
Gray.
of us, yeah.
And you kind of run out of things to talk about, like when it's just like, I don't want it to be just like, hey, thanks for the sub every month.
Yeah.
So like I have this like idea in my head, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna, from the first month when we first started, I kind of like was pretty chill about it. But now, if you are on that Patreon and you get the postcards every month, so we send you like a postcard of like a picture that Luke took of us, really nice one, and on the back we like write stuff. It's gonna get weird from here. So at least on my end, Blue's is still probably gonna be very wholesome. Mine's gonna get really weird, and you're gonna understand, I think, as soon as you read it.
Once you read it, you'll get it.
Yeah. So be excited. I want to do something funky with those. So and I just want to put it out there, I wasn't drunk when I wrote any of those. Extremely sober.
You sure about that?
Yeah. No, I was extremely sober. So don't worry. Don't be concerned. You can be confused. You'll probably be confused, but
don't be concerned.
Yeah. So that was another big thing with that we did, was the Patreon. And then coming back to streaming, bringing back to like Twitch streaming, because we did all this stuff this month and we started a lot of new things, we're kind of like going on like a new thing. It did the reverse effect on Twitch, where for the longest time, and I said this when we were playing Yakuza, but we don't really normally play big games.
Super long games.
Longer games.
Yeah. Maybe like a couple or one a year or something, but
and then we'll like throw in like indie games for the rest of the year or something like that, or like IRL streams and whatnot. But because we had to like cancel a lot of streams on like the Saturday stuff with all these events and all these things that we were doing, it kind of gave us a really refreshing perspective and enjoyment for streaming. I mean, we still we had it, but there was this really cool like moment when when we played Dragon Quest 11, I was like, okay, this is going to be the long RPG for the year. And then we were thinking of what to do, and then for some reason, just Yakuza popped in my head. I was like, you know what? Maybe we can just... People really like that game. I know we're going to like it. Maybe we should just try it. And honestly, Yakuza 7 from the get-go was... As soon as I played that and we did the first stream, I was like, this is an awesome idea. This is an awesome idea that we had. And super fun. And what I'm trying to say is that because we have all these things, we've kind of gone back to the roots and just not really give a shit and just play RPGs. And we've been doing a lot of that. Like, just these streams that, you know, we were worried because if somebody doesn't like a game and the game is long, then they're not going to watch us for the long period of that game. And that was what I feared. We both feared.
Yeah.
And so we would just sprinkle in indie games. So even if you don't like it today, on Tuesday, we'll play something different. But that's like, you run out of games that, especially because
you get invested in.
Yeah. And
so
there's really short games that are awesome, but it's extremely draining to always be looking for
new games, thinking like, oh, are we going to like this? Is this going to be something everyone likes kind of thing? So it does get very draining having to think of new games every single day, basically. Because I mean, I already have to think of games for my solo streams.
Yeah.
And then when I have to think of ones where we'll both enjoy, that's like more things I have to think of, like more games I have to look for.
Yeah.
So I feel like all I'm doing is just looking for games.
Right.
It's just like, it just gets so, and that's why I do so much like just chatting streams, because it's like there's days where I just don't want to look for new stuff, and I'm just looking for that one long game that I can get into. And
then you know, like, it just, the long games, if anything, were for your streams, you know, and stuff like that.
And then I ran into the whole like, I'll pick up a long game, but then I realized it's not really my thing. And I want to try and complete games as much as possible, but there are some that I don't think I can, so I just end up just stopping instead.
That's what
because I figured
and that's
maybe we can kind of usually power through it if it's not too long. But like, for example, like another one I realized recently was Kenna. Like, I was enjoying it for our first couple streams, but then the longer I played it, I realized like, okay, I'm not sure if I can finish this game, kind of thing. Just because it just wasn't like, I don't know. I think it's mostly my fault because I compare a lot of games to, like, I guess, you know, Soulsborne, which is a bad habit, and I need to get over it and everything. But I just didn't really like how the boss mechanic was always some like really big boss with a bunch of little grunts. And it was making me really frustrated. And I realized every time I streamed it, I can see my frustration. So it's like, okay, this doesn't even look good. I don't even look like I'm not having fun. So I think I need to move on because I'm not doing a good job of making it seem like, because I am enjoying the game while I'm playing it. And of course there are frustrating parts. And so the frustration comes out, but I'm not doing a very good job of like making it into a positive experience, which is what I want to do. And if it's just all negative, it's not fun to watch or play. So that's why I kind of stopped playing Kenna. I know I never really said, but
I think it's harder to pick a game, especially for you, because if it's like with me, if it's two people, then we can probably figure something out or find a different angle, because it's all about angles, I think, of where you approach the game. Like, you can take a game that you would never play off stream, you throw it on stream, and then you have a different perspective. You look at it from a different angle and enjoy it in a certain way, and you have a really good experience. But if you were just sitting at home, not talking to anybody, just playing, you know, like on a Switch or something, and you were just focused in the game, and when you go from that angle, there might be games that you don't maybe not enjoy, or it's not your thing. So it's hard to do that. It's easier to do that when there's two people.
Yeah, especially since you can like switch it off too. Like, if you're feeling like really frustrated, you could be like, hey, why don't you give it a try?
Yeah.
Like, you can do that too. But I can't do that. And I think it's, of course, like when I'm so focused on the game, it's hard to find funny moments. But when we're two together, even if there's a frustrating part, I feel like one of us can think of at least like a funny point. And then it kind of changes our perspective on that particular game. And I'm not, of course, like, please don't take this as like, oh, I thought Kenna was bad, because I don't think Kenna is bad. I did enjoy the game. It just wasn't something that I was very good at streaming. I guess.
The streaming experience was different.
Yeah. Like, it's not... I don't know. It was really difficult to stream for me for some reason.
It's a totally different dynamic. I mean, that's why you don't stream, like, I know you really like the farming game, but you don't stream it because it's a different dynamic than when you play by yourself. Like, you just have a different experience.
That's why, like, Voice of Cards worked out, because I really like that game. Like, that, like streaming that game. I really enjoyed streaming that game. It was really, really fun.
I wish that game was longer.
Yeah. So that's why I was really glad that I found Voice of Cards, but now I have to find something else. Well, no. Now I'm shiny hunting, which I wasn't even planning on doing. So there you go.
So now that was something that you were doing on your solo streams now, and we didn't really bring it into the, we would always just think of these like one-time games, and we still will because we love playing those games.
Yeah.
But we've kind of been on the streak of playing longer. We did DQ11. We put in some games in between, and then we went to Yakuza, and then now we're playing Pokemon. So it to me, it's like, it's really comfortable to play those. And yes, there's a moment where I could think in my head, like, there's gonna be people that are just not gonna show up for the next like a couple months because they're not interested in any of these games. But I think like I've always said this, but the most important thing is for us to try and kind of like, maybe they don't want to watch us, but they have nothing else to watch, and they like who we are, so they'll like drop in a little bit. They can lurk or something, and if you can just be that background noise, or like, oh, that was, you know what, I didn't even give this game a shot, but
it's not too bad.
They look like they're having fun, and that just seeing somebody enjoy something actually makes me like that game. Like, maybe I won't like go get the game and play it, but experience wise, it makes me have a good impression of the game than before if I didn't see that. Because
that was the case with like when I was streaming Death Stranding. So many people weren't really interested in the game. A lot of our community didn't really like the game, and they weren't interested in buying it. But since I was so in love with it, and they could tell, so many people hung out with me just because of that.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. And I'm not saying like people have to, but it's just like,
yeah, you don't have to, of course.
It's because it's your time. Yeah. And it's if you decide to spend any time in this channel, it's like at that moment, no matter how you interact, maybe you don't interact, but if we are like, you just lurk or something, which is completely cool too. Like that is what we could, that's what we want, just have a way to just enjoy the channel. And I think this goes for all streamers, but like, whatever the way you enjoy it, if you enjoy it, thank you. Like, thank you for spending your time or having us as a part of your life in some sort of way. So so having that, it was hard to play longer games, but now I'm kind of like, it's kind of cool, like, to come back and just play a long game, or like add little twists to long games like we used to, and just really enjoy like RPGs and just long form games. And
it makes me realize that I think RPG is definitely our thing.
Yeah, like we really enjoy it. Definitely back to the roots of what we started with and what we like to play, and we kind of like haven't done that in a while. Like the longest form games that we used to do were horror games. Those were the multi-stream games, and then now, I don't know, it's kind of nice, and I hope we can keep it like that, and of course we'll throw in games here and there, but
and don't worry, we'll play Apex again. I know you guys all redeem it like crazy.
I love it. I love it. Apex is like a whole nother beast.
Don't worry, we'll play that on stream too periodically. But
so yeah. So that's kind of like what we did for that month, for the last 2 months.
And also, sorry, I'm gonna cut in here.
Yeah.
I am, because I'm such a professional streamer, I completely forgot to turn off the chat on this screen. This is what we use for streaming usually. So we got a new follow. Thank you for that follow. I turned it off now.
Damn,
sorry, I completely forgot to turn it off.
Thank you. We're not streaming right now? Man, I thought everyone just hated us. I thought there was no chat today. Like, oh my god, I thought we were...
Yeah, it popped up and it's like, wait, I thought I turned that off. It's like, no, I did not.
Welcome to Blluist.
Welcome to Blluist.
Blluist production quality.
Yeah.
3 years.
3 years.
We've been here 3 years. and we still have yet to figure it out. So we're gonna go to Discord over here, and you guys got some questions. And we'll be hopefully we can be answering some of these. So Blub asks, top 10 anime list. I don't think I can go 10 off the top of my head, honestly.
I feel like ours is gonna be pretty similar, but I mean, we both like JoJo, right? We both like Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah.
We both like Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah.
We both like Haikyuu.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Nana. Nana's a. I read it in manga, and I haven't seen the anime, so sorry, that's like manga, but I really enjoyed that one.
Digimon.
Digimon, we like Digimon. What else?
What's something that's like maybe not?
I mean, we really like this show called Psych K.
Oh yeah,
that one's really. It's like one of those things that we've seen all the episodes, and we sometimes like if we need background noise, we'll pop it up.
Yeah,
because it's always like short episodes. They're really funny. So it's like a lighthearted one. We like to keep it in the background kind of thing.
Yeah. Is there something that we watched recently? I mean, like we watched like.
Oh, Jujutsu Kaisen's good too. We like Jujutsu Kaisen. Yeah, Tokyo Revengers is good too.
It's gotta be something that like Hunter x Hunter was something that I recently started rewatching again because we were Hunter x Hunter characters for Halloween. I was like, you know what? I want to like rewatch that series, and that's why it's like in my head right now. And you know, JoJo's obviously something that's like the new one's coming out soon, and you know, I'm hyped for that. But I can never like with these questions, like it's always just the ones that I've just recently watched that I enjoyed. Or
I mean, I think that's fine. No?
Yeah, I think we have a because like if we watch anime, we just watch it together now. Like every single one. I don't think we watch an anime not together. So I do.
Well, I do.
What anime?
Just anything.
What do you mean?
Because you're always doing your own thing. You know, go live your life stuff. So I sometimes watch shows by myself.
Yeah, but I'm talking about anime.
Anime too.
Some of those shows I'm just not interested in. So you're like, we want to watch it? I'm like, no.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's why I don't ask for those. But
watch that right now.
No, I recently saw something. What was it? I watched an episode of it.
Anime?
Oh, like Castlevania. I watched by myself.
That one was like something that I was like I would be interested in, but it was just.
But it just took too long for him to.
I was just doing something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if I have to wait for you to watch something that I really want to watch, it's gonna take a couple days.
Yep.
So. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that one I would be definitely into. We have to watch.
It's really good.
Arcane. That one's.
Yeah, we need to watch Arcane for sure.
That one is like I don't think I've heard anyone say
bad things about that.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
No, we're probably missing some, but that's the ones that pop into my head right now.
Yeah. Watch like Way of the House Husband and stuff too.
Oh, that one's good too.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
That one's really good.
If you had a month left to live, so thank you so much, Blub. And then Odie asks, if you had a month left to live, what would you want to do with your remaining time? Month? If I had a month, I would probably try and, I mean, it'd be really hard now, but hopefully if there was travel allowed, try to go places that I've never been to. I think I would just start using my savings in very irresponsible ways, like just for the hell of it.
Yeah.
And just go out blazing. I'm just gonna be like drowning in whiskey when I die, just like, or like lemon sours. Like I don't know how I'm gonna die, if it's like a meteor type thing, or like if it's just like an illness type thing. But like I would just go out like blazing. Like I'll just be like, bring me everything, and then I would just all the bad shit, and then I would just probably go out.
I don't know what I would do.
And then like say bye to my parents or something.
What about me? Thanks.
Well, you're probably gonna be there, judging me until the day I die. That sounds like an emo song.
Is this like, I don't know if this is gonna be like we're both going to that at the same time, so we're doing this together, or if it's just by myself. But
I mean, both. Does the answer change depending on that? If it was just, well, how would you do it if it wasn't? If you were just alone?
No, because then if it was just me, if I'm the one who's gonna just like, you know, die in a month or so, then I would spend all the time I can with you and Anya.
Mm-hmm.
So
you wouldn't go back to your parents?
I mean, of course, I would like to go back to my parents because I would hope that Anna can take care of them if you're not willing, which you would be, but
of course.
yeah. So I would probably go see them, go see my brother. Haven't seen him in a while. Go see friends kind of thing, probably. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really have like a amazing answer for that.
Mine's just probably like realistically, it's just meet everybody that I would want to meet before I die, friends and family, and drink a lot probably.
I would not, but
drink a lot is probably what I would do.
Yeah.
All right, so thank you so much, Jody. Drip Loon Stan. I know this is Panda must have changed his name.
He did, yeah, because he's part of my army.
Nice.
Thank you for joining the army.
Has asked, I'm interested in the couple dynamic. Like, yes, fighting is funny, but do you guys have like safe words or boundaries in place to never let it go too far or personal? And has it gone too far or personal? I don't think anyone has ever asked that question. That's a crazy question.
I mean, like on stream, we banter more just because it's funnier that way, and it's just naturally becomes like that. I think, because we're not forcing it or anything. Like, it's very natural banter, but it's different than just like hanging out at home, just off stream. Like, no friends are near us kind of thing. So it's like when we're with friends or on stream or something, we banter a lot more for sure. But off stream, we don't really fight. So
I don't think we've taken it too far. I don't know what that would mean.
Yeah, I don't know what that would mean.
Because like it would be taking it like I don't know, like I only do that because, well, actually I guess it's more for like when you say stuff to me, but like I don't really get into that kind of relationship of where you like talk shit to me and stuff like that unless I'm very comfortable with it. And if you go too far, you can tell. It's very different for like different dynamic for streaming and whatnot, but like in a personal relationship with like friends and stuff, there's people that like if it's like the first time I'm meeting you and you act like that to me, then I will make it very obvious that this is a very uncomfortable experience for me. But because it's Blue and she has all my trust, so it's like I don't think we never had a moment where it got too far. The one time that it did go too far was before my face reveal, I got really drunk and came home and I like showed my face on stream, and Blue like,
almost did.
Yeah, like I had like my chest hairs out and like I was wearing like an aloha
everyone
shirt.
could see his chin and everything, so he almost made his face reveal even though we were planning this whole thing out for a month or so. And so I got I got pretty pissed about that. But
and we had like usually, a talk, but it wasn't because like I said something mean or anything like that.
Yeah, but usually like it's more like he knows what I don't want to talk about on stream. Because of course, everyone has very private things that they don't want to show, like tell people even. Like they only tell like maybe family members or like really close friends and whatnot. So like Gray knows what I don't want to talk about on stream. And I know what he doesn't want to talk about on stream. So we don't talk about those. Yeah. It's just, I think it's like common knowledge. If you're in a relationship, you don't just all of a sudden like just spill everything to friends. Like, your SO doesn't want to talk about it, then you don't bring it up kind of thing. So, and since we've been dating for a while now, I think there's not really, like, I think we've covered everything. I don't think there's anything like, oh wait, we haven't talked about this kind of thing. Yeah. So I think, it
would be really hard. Like I'm trying to like imagine right now, like what would be something that's like going too far. Would probably be like, I can't even think of anything. Like it would have to be relating around content more than personal stuff. Like we have an idea, and then like she would never do this, but like if we had an idea with this cool stream idea, and then she decides to like all of a sudden say no and just doesn't do it on stream, like that kind of stuff will probably like I'll probably be mad at her for about, or like just didn't tell me like and something happened. But like her personally saying something and like, because it's not fighting, it's just it's just like it's like flirting. if anything.
I mean, there's times we disagree and stuff like that, and so like we would do something on stream, and then off stream we'd be like, we
like,
probably shouldn't have done that kind of thing.
Or can you not say this? Like,
like can you not say that next time? Or
it would be like, but it wouldn't be like, to give you guys a specific example, it wouldn't be about her, but like the way maybe I reacted, or there was something that we needed to figure out, whether it be like a troll or something, and then we had a different way of
wanting to deal with
the situation, and we made sure it didn't really show on stream. And then afterwards she'll be like, next time let's do this, and I'll be like, well, I did this because this, so let's meet halfway somewhere. Or it'd be like, yeah, you're right, like I just kind of just let myself go free that time, so kind of thing. So
because I mean, we even have disagreements about certain, like even like yesterday, for example. Like, we didn't discuss that we were going to do moves with the sub thing, right?
Yeah, so for people that don't know, on our Pokemon streams, we play, we have, after 5 subs, we have Siri play, and all the multiple choice questions during battles, we have Siri answer, and then we randomize the number, and then whatever Siri gives us, like the iPhone assistant, we go with that. Yeah.
And so, and then we didn't discuss it beforehand. So on stream, Gray was like, oh, we should just make Siri decide if we're going to keep new moves, or forget them kind of thing. And I disagreed with it at the time. And so after stream, we discussed it. We had to discuss it because it's like, wait, why, we didn't discuss it before stream. Yeah. So why'd you just go ahead and do that kind of thing? And then Gray basically told me why. And then was able to convince me that that's a good idea. Yeah, you're right, we should do that kind of thing. So sometimes like we have those kind of things where we just don't meet eye to eye, and that's not something we should just stop stream and talk about. So we just wait till after and then talk about it.
And like even with the Pokemon thing, like the conversation goes, okay, I think we should do this, and then I give her the reasoning, but you're right, in the worst case scenario, it might not work out. So here's my plan B for that for when that happens, we can do this and we can meet halfway. Can I get one shot to try this and take it as far as we can? And if we do meet a dead end, here's my plan B, so we can still keep the stream going. Yeah.
So it's never like a shouting match.
Yeah, and then so she'll be like, okay, then let's
just try.
Let's give it a shot. What do you want for dinner? Yeah. like, and then it's just over. Like it's
it's never like a shouting match. It's not like we're yelling at each other or anything like that. So it's not. And
then like it's like the same for me. Like when she tells me about her like solo streams and whatnot, and I just want to know like how she did something, or like how things went, and then I'd be like, you know what, I would have done this, and this, and then Blue would be like, well, I did it because of this, and then I go, oh, okay, that I couldn't do that. That's not something I could do if I did a solo stream, but that totally makes sense. So yeah, cool.
Or it's just I don't want an answer. I'm just venting, so just listen. And then
I suck at that. Yeah, I suck at that. Whenever Blue vents to me about something, I'm the guy that's like, well,
you should do this, and I have to be like, Gray, I'm talking to my boyfriend right now, now my coworker. Stop giving me advice.
Yeah, it's bad.
And he's like, okay, yeah, sorry. And then he just listens, and he's like, I'm sorry. That's a really sucky time.
Yeah, I just don't know. Like, I just feel like if I say that, it sounds like I'm not listening. So I try to respond with like a conclusion, or like some way to figure the problem out. But sometimes, guys, it's just that you don't need to do that, apparently.
I mean, especially since like we're working together, it's really hard to know when you should be responding like an SO versus when you should be responding like your coworker.
No, but like that's the way I would respond, even in an SO mode. Like even in an SO, if I say something and the response, I would feel like if the response
it would
is
have to be
like,
from,
oh man, that's too bad, then I wouldn't.
It would be from a perspective of someone who doesn't know how to stream, or who's never streamed before.
Not all things are related to streaming, right?
So it's like, I'm just saying, like when it comes to like if I vent about like, oh, I didn't do a good job at doing this on stream, so I wasn't really like proud of how I streamed today. Like I should have been a little bit more positive. Like I should have done this during this time during the game kind of thing, and then you would give me advice kind of thing.
Or like what I would have probably done.
Yeah.
Just as a perspective thing. Yeah. And you're like, that's not what I want. I just
want you to feel bad with me, and that's it.
So then I'm like, oh, that's like, shitty.
Yeah.
Like, oh, like that's I'm sorry that happened to you. Maybe tomorrow.
Yeah, because sometimes I already know the answer. I just want someone to listen about
It's true. That's
how
true.
I'm
That's
not.
true.
I wasn't really proud
Sort
of
of,
how
huh?
I streamed that
It's
day,
not-
kind of thing.
It's really not about it's really not about finding the answer. You already know it, but it's
Yeah.
just it just takes time to. That's your way of processing the answer,
Yeah.
if anything.
Yeah.
And I just kind of missed that cue, and I'm like, wait, but it's so obvious, isn't it? And then you're like,
It's like I already know.
That. That's why.
I know.
I'm like,
Yeah.
you're right. Like anyone would, I guess, it would make sense that you're
But,
actually
yeah.
having this conversation because you know that.
Yeah.
But I just thought, I just always want to like. I always feel like I'm not doing enough if I don't.
If you don't have
give
an answer, yeah.
Yeah, like that's my role. Like that's what I always feel like. But apparently it's not, guys. So if your SO has ever told you that, sometimes all you gotta say is, "Damn, it sucks, babe."
Or honestly, all you gotta say is, "Hey, do you want an answer, or do you want me to just? Are you venting? Just ask. If you don't know, just say, are you venting, or are you looking for a solution?
It's hard to know.
And then they'll
sometimes. It's really
so
hard
just
to know.
ask, and they'll tell you most of the time.
Yeah. So you guys gotta figure it out. Hopefully everybody's relationships will work out after this. Thank you so much for that question, Driftloon, Stan, Aka, Panda. Thank you so much. And thank you guys so much for hanging out on this episode of Stream On, Streaming On. We'll be back with more, hopefully, more updates, more stories for next time. We'll be back next month. If you guys are a Twitch sub, please go ahead, ask your questions and podcast questions on the subsection on Discord. That's where we take questions. We'll let you guys know when it gets near the next episode. And come hang out at twitch.tv/Blluist.
I know, what do you do?
That's 2 L's. Blluist. If you thought any of this is cool. If this is the first time you're actually hanging out with us, come hang out on stream. We're fun. Maybe. Sometimes. All right. Take care, guys. We'll see you guys in the next podcast.
Bye, guys.
Bye.